FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
One of the questions that is sort of poignantly unresolved about Diana is whether with time and diligence and application she could have learned more about she could have educated herself more. In some ways that's the question that's hanging out there now about Governor Palin, whether she can, with application of effort, get better, learn more. Is there anything she could learn from Diana?
Maybe Todd Palin will learn about architecture, and then he'll be like Prince Charles. I think that there is, oddly enough, there are a few similarities in a strange way. I think that Sarah Palin is also very intellectually insecure, and I think there's nothing more insecure-making than tremendous fame allied to a feeling that you really don't know very much. That whole idea of having to cover up all the time is a very insecure-making dynamic. But Sarah Palin does not have what Diana had, which was as uneducated as Diana was intellectually. She had this hugely developed emotional intelligence that really was quite an inspiring thing to see. And I think what Diana did have as well was the ability to turn her insecurities and her woundedness into something that really became positive for other people. She took all that mishigas that was going on and directed it outwards and said, I'm going to make something out of this. I'm going to become something beyond this narrow, trapped, unhappy person that I am. I am, suffering, but I'm going to at least try to ameliorate the suffering of others, which at least I can do that. And she did, and that was immensely brave. That took a lot of character to do that, and a lot of bravery too. When she went to do that AIDS ward in 1986, the first time a royal had ever been anywhere near an AIDS patient, it was a major gesture. It really was. When she, at the time, amazingly enough, the great sort of front page story was that Diana hadn't worn gloves when she shook hands with the AIDS patients. But it was the handshake that went around the world. It really did break down feelings about AIDS and the fact that people had been feeling to be pariahs, and she said, they are not pariahs, I will embrace them. It was an extraordinary act of courage, a gestural courage in every way. Unfortunately, Sarah Palin has not really, certainly yet, shown that same kind of empathy. She has a special needs child, and I would love to see her take up the cause of that disabilities and so on, and do for people with disabilities what Diana, in a way, did for AIDS patients. I think she has a real opportunity there, and I keep waiting for her to sort of do that, and so far she hasn't. I think it would be fantastic if she would. I think she has a future which could be enormously redeemed by acts like that and take her to another level.